think I finally remember what I'm supposed to say to launch this correctly. Welcome to Final Cut, the podcast dedicated to giving behind-the-scenes scoops and stories their final cut.
There we go. All right, intro's done.
Oh. What's up with the bros?
Welcome to the final podcast. Oh God. Oh God.
What's up with the bros?
Welcome to the Final Cut podcast.
The podcast dedicated to giving behind-the-scenes stories, and I meshed those two together. But the point is we're here to give this their final cut. And today we're gonna be talking to Andrew, about Andrew, for Andrew.
Hooray!
Yippee! So, Big Buck.
Big Buck. Yes. What do you want to know? We got lots of questions. I know you had lots of stuff to talk about that you wanted me to talk about.
Well, obviously you did better than me by a lot. So,
Marginally.
how do you feel now? It was your first time in a new,
As in, like, physically or
in general,
mentally?
because like you are now in a new class, earning points.
I don't know if I earned any points. I don't think I did.
I don't know if it's like
I don't think we're doing that still.
I don't know. Everything but Trail Riders has points.
Oh well, I'm like last probably.
Well, I guess we'll see what number you are.
Yeah, it's all good.
So,
Hopefully next year I can make more. It does all depend.
So how does it feel to be in a different class? Did it make a difference this up and coming race? I know that we talked a little bit with Philly LS1. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Before the race, did it actually make a difference?
Yeah, I feel like it made a difference. It was a little nerve wracking to start, but then as soon as you start, at least for me, everything just kind of flows back to normal. It just felt like running with trail riders, just a lot more traffic that you're trying to make your way through. Like you see a lot more traffic, even in that class where it's not near the front, but you're kind of in the middle of everybody. So you got people in front of you, you got people behind you. You see a lot more action in that middle of that than you do with the trail riders.
Wow. Okay. So, think we're gonna stick with that class, or is there another class you think you can
I'm gonna stick with it for now.
tango with?
I'm not gonna go any faster on the Raptor.
I don't think you can.
No,
Not at this point, not unless we do some serious upgrades to it.
I don't want to spend that much money on that. I'm already spending that much money on another one.
I talked a lot about tires the last podcast with Dad for like the races and stuff like that at Big Buck. What's your opinion on it? Do you like it? Lump it?
The 23s in particular.
23s, yeah.
Yeah, I think they work good. They reacted a lot better to the ruts. The taller tire definitely helped keep the front end up and keep it actually in the rut a little more. Just with the suspension components that I have, I feel like if I had a little bit of a better suspension, I could use a smaller tire. But it definitely helps stay in the ruts and basically stay a little more under control because the tire is acting as a part of the suspension as well. A little more has a little more give to it. But the bad part about the big tires is it makes it harder to turn. So really the first and second lap, I was overexerting myself. I got really bad arm fatigue, almost like arm pump. I feel like in the first two laps because I was trying to push it too hard. And then about the middle of the second lap, into the first lap, going towards the middle of the second lap, I finally started to calm down, and my arms kind of fell back in, and I started feeling a lot better at that point. Just got my own pace and kept going.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue is getting mentally comfortable during a race. I'm always like a cat in a rocking chair factory. I want to go every direction but the way I'm supposed to go.
Yeah.
And it's just like, meh.
So. Yeah, no, it was fun. But the tires did help. It just fatigued my arms a lot quicker than normal. just because they were a little heavier to turn. Yeah. Yeah, the Camp Coker trails are a lot different than the Big Buck. They
Deeper ruts.
I mean, not even deeper ruts, because the ruts got pretty deep there at the last couple laps, like especially lap 4.
I wasn't there for that, so
which I was dead there anyway, so I couldn't really. There's sand. Yeah.
Sand.
Yeah,
we
no,
talked. I don't know if you got a chance to see that episode.
I did. I watched it. I feel like with those tires, you know how they run like the big balloon tires.
Yeah.
In the dunes.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll kind of be like that. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they'll kind of ride on the top of everything a little better.
Which is what we're kind of hoping for, because at a place like that, and also like Florida, you're really at the mercy of where the front
Florida's
of the bike
gonna
gets
be terrible.
taken.
Florida's going to be terrible.
100%.
I don't want to run that one until after, especially since I watched it for the first time the other day. I don't want to run that one until I get the 450 done.
Yeah. I also feel like it's going to do the same thing at Georgia too, but a large majority of the terrain you couldn't
mud.
see
No,
because it
that's
was
mud.
like half a foot of mud, which is
Yeah.
horrible. But, well, even the 4x4 struggled. Like Philly's video, it's out now. I watched it this morning actually. He struggled.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was
I don't know. Mine might shut off.
or get slammed into reverse again.
No, it wasn't slammed in reverse. The sensor
That's-
just freaked out.
That's pretty much the same thing, isn't it?
No, it's not limp mode. It's just it puts a rev limiter on it because it thinks you're in reverse.
Like the equivalent of limp mode. That's funny.
Pretty much.
You just splashed too hard.
It's like Carolina Adventure World.
You're going too fast, buddy. Chill out.
The darn sensor came loose on the bike, and it wasn't making a good connection. So when there's no circuit there connected, like I guess whenever you put it in reverse, it disconnects the circuit, so the bike knows it's in reverse.
Yeah.
But that wire came loose, so it always thought it was in reverse. So it puts the rev limiter on it, and there's no way to bypass the rev limiter. And I was racing that for the entire hour and however long, hour 15 minutes I was racing, and then the bike finally just said, "No, I don't want to start anymore." I guess just because it fouled the plug or dumped the battery or did something. Yeah,
the
that was the
Coors
course.
race.
That was at the second one.
Like the first puddle he went through. It did
No, well, oh yeah. The first puddle I went through, it just went, shh, and then fell on his face. I'm
which
like,
is also
crap.
mildly disappointing as well, because I still couldn't catch you after that. But that's neither here nor there.
I was so aggravated. I was keeping up with the leaders too. I was mad.
I just come trotting past you, nonchalant.
Yeah, you said I'm tired. I said go.
So another thing that I think we talked about just a hair was brain stopped.
The wreck.
Yeah, the wreck was a good one. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, that was just me being stupid. After watching the video back, I guess in the moment I thought that guy saw me. I don't know if he really saw me or not, because I was behind him for a minute, but I tried to jump the gap, and we both intersected like that, and I ran into him. So if you're out there, sorry, my bad. But yeah, that was just a learning moment.
To all of our audio listeners over on Spotify, we actually have the clip pulled up for the podcast there as well, and also you can watch
On
out his
YouTube.
full video. I'd recommend doing that,
Yes.
especially to get a chance to see what we're
Yeah,
talking
this guy
about.
you can see. That was me. That was totally me. If I was gonna go, I should have gunned it a lot harder than that. But yeah, that was just a learning moment. You know, this is only my fourth or fifth race. I can't remember. Fourth?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
'cause
fourth.
You
It was four.
four.
Camp Coker, Big Buck, Mountaineer, Big Buck. Yeah, four.
If the button never decides to click, I'm gonna cut that off. Thank you.
But yeah, that was just me being inexperienced essentially. It's just I tried to jump in front of him, and he didn't let me, and we both had some probably battle scars from that because I got a dent in my Nerf bars, and he's probably got a dent in his Nerf bars too.
I would imagine so. Now, one thing I know that you did mention after the fact at the race is you regretted not moving up sooner.
Yeah.
Now, after thinking about it and sitting on it for a couple days, do you still feel the same way, or do you think it's a nice learning
I mean,
experience?
I don't regret moving or not moving up sooner, but I kind of wish I would have. It just would have like helped with moments like that. I would have been exposed to that a lot earlier.
Would have known. Yep.
Yeah, and it's kind of just you either just jump in or you don't learn how to swim at all.
Fair enough.
So because like we just jumped in the shallow end, and that's like starting at the slope going towards the deep end. So it's like you're learning how to swim.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I think it'll come the more that we do, because like we had talked about doing more local races as well. And I think that'll help a lot.
I think Mid-East will help. Mid-East and cores and all that, especially Mid-East, because they do a lot more events. And I don't know if they're more organized or not, but we've only been to a few cores events, and it's not been as much of a turnout as the Mid-East. But
I know that when we had shown up the first time, they were pushing for that, like the
they were trying
MX
to
style.
Yeah, they were trying to start it.
And then a couple people showed up for the training for training for that XC race that we did there, because those were some of the pros that we raced with.
I hope they do run that track again.
Oh yeah, I bet they will. I mean, there's only but so many places you can run
On a redemption,
right? Because they have
and a chance to take a better freaking thumbnail. That picture was terrible.
I just said, "Hey, hold it up." And you're like, "Sure." And you just didn't look happy.
I wasn't.
But like they're limited to that portion of Carolina Adventure Road from where like Service Road 1 is all the way towards
I know
that stuff. So I'm sure that they're going to utilize the back half of that property that they just introduced more.
Yeah.
And I think that they also run that for the enduro races too.
Yeah. The side by side stuff.
Which is where that track came from in general. And honestly, if they maintain it and consistently run it, that would be a pretty cool thing to consistently do. Because once you understand a track and a terrain, that's all it takes. You can hit it and keep going, and then we'd have a competition.
What's like? No.
Well, it also depends on the weekend.
On if it rains.
Yeah, that weekend it was pouring rain like 5 minutes before we started.
It was pouring rain the day before we started.
And then the bottom fell out while we were there. Like that's a different story. Like if we have a dry spiel, it'll be a completely different track. The weather changes the track, not the actual like people or dozers or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean it's the same thing like you talk about knowing your terrain. It's like the same thing. I've been to Big Buck 3 times now, and I've picked up a little bit each time. Like first race, that was like my second race ever. First race ever completed. I picked up a lot from that and used it in this. Just like lines and how the track feels and how the bike it reacts to certain obstacles.
I hear a bunch of stuff from everybody. Certain people say certain things. Like James, the pro guy that we record for, he says always go left, which I attempted to do for the first part of that race at Big Buck. And it was horrible.
What do you mean go left? Like go left around people?
No. Always go left. Like if you get a fork, left. Always. It didn't make sense. I don't know why.
Maybe because the track is. Is the track? Hold on. So, which way was the track going that time?
Counterclockwise.
Was it going counterclockwise? So then that makes sense. That makes sense.
But like,
because you always want the first turn to go left.
Right. But I guess what I was thinking. Yeah. I always take the middle towards left. Yeah.
The problem with my bike is I run the first lap and the second lap and feel as comfortable, and I'm mentally preparing for the third and fourth, because by the second lap I'm starting to get tired, and especially the third lap. So I'm feeling which line is going to be
The best moving
smoother
forward.
for the last couple laps. I don't care if it's faster. I just want it to be smoother so I can conserve energy.
Well, smooth in turn becomes fast if you can do
yes.
something smooth.
Yes, but the first and second lap, I can take those faster lines, which may be a little bit rougher,
Right.
but I'm going faster and getting over it a little better. Talking about going faster, he made a good point. The last podcast that he did, he said everything feels smoother when you're going faster of
Yeah.
it, which I completely agree with.
Well, I guess it's
It felt a lot better the first and second lap when I was actually moving.
right.
But third and fourth lap when I was just drained, I didn't feel like pushing myself any harder and actually getting hurt. So I just slowed down, and that's when everything really starts to wear on you and is hard to ride.
I think that's what people were talking about. Like, you know how people say that it's you I don't forget who said it sometime back, but it was something about a wheelie where like
Well, you can wheelie over stuff like
Yeah.
easy. Like the first and second lap, that's what I was just not wheeling over stuff, but I was just
like trying
taking the front end
yeah.
off of it because it's easier to take a hit on the
the rear.
the rear, I guess, if that makes sense. Not like hit from the side, but like use your legs as suspension when
Right.
the rear is taking the brunt of the hit, whereas the front is all your upper body and your arms, and that's what you just at least for me, I feel like I get tired a lot quicker.
Well, you think the faster you go, the less likely you are to like get stuck in dumb stuff. Like it's like going fast on a highway. Like if you keep a good consistent speed, the same rut or the same pothole that you hit has different severities.
Well, your suspension is working, I guess, better when you're going fast, because when you're going slow, it's the whole bike moving. But when you're going over stuff, it's just the suspension soaking you up, and the bike's not moving that much.
And then positive
where it gets-
motion. Yeah.
That's where good suspension comes in a lot better. Like mine are the Pogos, and they suck. They're terrible.
Like when I got stuck at Camp Coker, I had a lack of momentum, a lack of speed because that guy got stuck first, and I was just sitting right behind him. So when I pulled into the same place that he got stuck, I just high-sided it and then wallered it out worse, which in turn made it worse for me because I couldn't get out. And then when I did, I ruined everyone else's race. So yeah, but when in Rome.
You did create a new
Well,
line,
no.
and I was very glad you did, because that other line sucked. And then you made that new line, and second time I came around, I saw that, and I'm like, oh, someone just ran right through there. This is great.
I mean, I really didn't create the
No,
line.
you did.
I just blocked.
You
off all
blocked
the
off the other
alternative
people,
ways.
and they created a line. So I'm giving you the credit for that one.
Well, all it was that 4x4 that almost ripped off my rear fender climbing on it to get out the hole that I was stuck in, because he come plastering through those trees, and it just like.
Well, I'm telling you,
Bam,
it
bam,
was
bam.
like it was so much better of a line, because you had to slow up so much for that line, and then he just did that. And I'm like, just go right around like it was nothing. I'm like, this is
And
great.
then apparently one of the pros, I believe her name is Hannah. She's been doing well. I keep
hit
seeing.
you?
Yeah, well, no, she was the one that ran through that banner and had the banner stuck in her wheel.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
drug her out of the hole to keep her race going because I was sitting there in the other rut, and I was like, whatever.
You need to be a
um,
camera guy for this. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
pretty
can help.
much.
You can help everybody.
I just be standing there midway through, being like,
You just need
I
to
got you.
No, just strap a GoPro to your head and have it recording at all times with your big camera. When someone gets stuck, you just set the big camera down and help them.
Just go trotting through.
Yeah. That's what I'm. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
strap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think well, this up and coming Camp Coker trip, because I don't plan on participating in that one. I'll go trial run that, see how that goes.
I'm hoping I can
It'll be fun.
I'm hoping I can still make that one. I'm still planning on it right now, but I'm
Oh.
not gonna sign up till I get there, just because I don't know, and I don't want to spend the $60 to do it just to waste it.
I've also got James lined up to record for.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's another thing too, is with me racing that hard and then having to record immediately
Yeah,
after.
you don't
Oh
have
my
the
god,
stamina to do that.
I'm so done. I'm just like, and like, just I'm done. Can we go sleep?
well, I mean don't get me wrong. I enjoy doing everything with the three of us, but that's what the important part of bringing on other people in
Yes.
is to help when
That's what I was saying. I was trying to get somebody else to
everyone's
go.
tired.
I was trying to get somebody else to go with us this time, but nobody ended up being able to. But
Yeah, I mean that really sucked that go around because I knew that you were gonna end up pushing this race, and I didn't know how your race was gonna go at all, just because of you know.
I got I
w-
got back to the trailer. I'm like, I'm sorry, I need to sit
Yeah,
down
you
and eat
freaking
something.
curled up in a blanket, just laying there. We come walking by, you're like, ugh, I don't want to go.
No, I was just I was just like, let me just sit here for a second. Let me
Plu-
catch my breath.
Plus, you finally found where your camera battery was.
Yeah,
at.
I know. I was so mad. I was looking for it. I remember now. I remember putting it in there the night before, or I'm sorry, the morning of when we went out to race, just so we'd have it ready.
I won't forget this.
And I just legit completely forgot. It was so dumb.
And that brings me so much joy because
So
I do
dumb.
that every single day with random pointless things.
Well, my brain was fried at that point.
My brain's always fried. I don't even know if it's working.
I was so just done.
But yeah, no. I mean, I want to see if
Need to fill the water bags with like a drink with super high electrolytes in it instead of just water.
get like a Propel or that thing that it'd be too sweet. Makes your mouth dry. What's that fancy thing on Instagram that you were talking about?
I forget what it is. It's
Hydro something?
hydropower. Hydropower. Yeah.
Hydropower at the racetrack?
Apparently that's pretty good. Apparently it's good stuff. I don't know. Apparently that's what everybody else. It's what everybody else uses. Like when they have those water bottles hanging with the things. Yeah, that's what in them. Like a Pedialyte. I don't think it's exactly like a Pedialyte, but
Some of the I was about to say because like Pedialyte's thick, it's like a weird thick consistency.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I hate those. Those are
Oh,
horrible.
the square one.
Oh, it was terrible. That Gatorade Pedialyte Gatorlight thing is terrible.
It's like watered down fruit.
No, it just tasted. It tasted like I was drinking. Mm, tasted like I was drinking an Energizer battery. It's terrible. But I think like something like that in the like the water bag would
Make a
be
difference.
help because like you saw it when I stopped the second time, I just grabbed a whole Propel and just
Downed
inhaled
it.
it. Yeah, because I was like I had nothing left in the tank. That's why I eat before because I have to have something because like I got no mass, so I have to have something mid race to keep me going.
I have too much, so I feel like I don't want to like eat something that's like big because whenever I get nervous, I feel like there's like phlegm at the back of my throat and my body wants to like cough it up.
Well, you're not doing. I mean, you're not doing it like that race. You're not doing it for any competitive advantage. You're just doing it. For
No.
fun.
But like, I don't know. It's just I always get super nervous no matter what. Like even riding at Carolina Ventural, that happens before or like riding around the house, I always get nervous. It's not like I'm gonna throw up. I don't know why. But yeah.
Oh, talking about riding around the house. How much you want for the May arms? Off the 450. I'll give you $100 for it. Sold. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, we're going back like all brand new stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll buy them off. of you.
That'll be my wedding 4-wheeler budget.
Your what?
My wedding 4-wheeler budget. As soon as I start doing more productive weddings, I'm
Oh.
gonna take money from that and set it aside.
Oh well, yeah. I'm gonna have those on there just for the time being.
Yeah. I'll take $100 for it, and you can help me pick it up
Okay. That's fine.
because
When do you want to pick it up?
I don't have a truck.
When do you want to pick it up?
I mean,
Yeah, you
honestly,
do. You have like 3 of them in your yard.
well, not meant. I Yeah, I mean the
Fair.
350 is a little bit too. Oh
What
no,
happened?
our camera did it die? Lame.
That's not good.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I just didn't want to go take a dump right there, especially because there's no door handle either. Be kind of awkward. We lock eyes while I'm taking a dookie.
Yeah, I don't need to see that. Why did you're recording? You recorded that at everything.
Of course I did.
Nice. All right.
Well, I figured it'd be a perfect way to segue back into the podcast, considering the fact that you can see me through the peephole.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you were the one that brought it up last time when we tried to record
I
this the
did.
first time.
I
Put
did.
googly eyes on the toilet.
I did. I did. But yeah, no, we'll go pick up that frame, I guess, sometime here soon. I don't know when.
Yeah, so
I guess if you're not super busy tomorrow, we can do that after I get everything done I need to do.
no, I don't plan on being busy for too long. Just to, I
know.
really don't want to go, to be honest with you.
He
but
just said
Mom wants me to go.
he told me he didn't know what his time frame was. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I would definitely say that they'd be done by 12. So if we go pick that up right after, we can grab lunch and go. Kind
That's
of
fine.
thing. 10. No, it shouldn't have.
That's funny. Yep, we're good. Hey, we're back. We're back.
I'm about to do what we do to all the foolers. I'm going to sell you work, dang it.
That's an empty threat.
It is, but it's a threat that it'll know until it's
Except for one of them.
not
Only
gone.
one of them has ever been sold.
R.I.P. Scrappy. No,
Nah.
2 of them. We traded the Polaris. Just subbed out a better teammate. Anyway, the 450 we're talking about, it's a YFZ 450. We don't know the year of it yet. Kyle thinks he knows.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
we'll do that tomorrow. We'll go over that. I do fully intend to continue working on the Honda. Do not think that I'm about to scrap it. I didn't do this much darn work into it just to give up now. So, yeah.
Sell the Honda.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow in Andrew's very financially big footsteps and start working on something else in whenever I get the time to do it.
Following my financial footsteps. What do you mean?
Or you mean you were the one that said let's buy it for Andrew? All I did was listen to what you had to say. You said we'll get the whole thing. You shouldn't have said that. I take your word very seriously.
I'll trade you a swing arm.
No, you're just trying to get out, not paying.
I'll give you the other swing arm so you can have it. Just so you can have
Something.
Yeah, and then you can put the old axle on it just so you can roll it around.
Speaking of parts,
You can have them.
speaking of
I don't know.
parts, your old subframe is
Because
still
my Raptor axle is the same. Yeah, I know.
is still in the trailer. I don't know if that one's the one that was
Oh,
messed
that
up
one's
or
bad.
not.
Yeah, that one's like. It's like supposed to be like this. It's like that.
To all the audio listeners, he just turned his hands to a 45.
It's very bent.
There
It's
we
very
go.
bent.
English. Went from a straight angle to an acute.
Or obtuse, depending on how you look at it.
True.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll figure out a time to get that. What were we in the middle of talking about?
Just
forgot.
purchasing stuff. That was it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess in that case, how's the kicker going for you?
It's working well. I haven't had any issues with that.
Are you sure?
My electric start on
I was
the
about
other hand.
about to say.
Yeah, that's like par for the course. You get one thing to start it up better, and it's just like, hey, the other one just decides to give up on life. So we'll see how that goes.
You'll be alright.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to.
gonna have
Can't really
both
do nothing
on.
about
I'm gonna
that.
have both on the 450.
It's cool that you can do that. I didn't know that you could do that.
Mm-hmm. Can't do it on the new ones.
No, why?
Well, I don't think you can.
I think we talked briefly about that when we tried to record this the first time about fuel injected and
Well, I mean, you can
converted.
kickstart a fuel injected. It's the same thing as just push starting it, but
right, but like, yeah,
I just don't think the newer ones have the cases to do it.
I am interested to see where it would go though, because like
It's the same thing. Mine has a little hole on
like
the
a
side.
little grommet or a rubber thing on it.
It looks the same.
I haven't. Well,
There's not one.
I mean, every time I've seen
The
your
cases
engine,
are different.
yeah, every
The
time I've
oiling.
seen your engine, I've been looking at the crack underneath it, and I've never been looking at the side, so I haven't taken the time to examine it. So I have to see if the cases that you have
That's
have
the
the same thing.
That's the bad engine. That's the engine I just robbed everything off of.
It's just your paperweight.
It is. It is my paperweight. But yeah, I've got all the engine components coming in for that Monday. Well, some of the engine components.
Also, that's what I meant by following in your footsteps, because everything that you just got done buying, I'm going to have to eventually, depending upon how bad this thing is.
You need a crank.
There are cobwebs in it, so that's nice.
Yeah, you're gonna need every bearing in that motor.
So I guess if anyone...
Hey, in your favor, I found a CP piston kit.
Fair
so-
enough. I guess if any of our viewers are getting married anytime soon, I'll give you a wonderful deal on a wedding.
Wedding.
Or birthday, or some
Ye-
other special event.
I'm trying to think of a name for that one.
What? Weddings?
Your 450. Because it's being paid for by videoing people. It is.
Wish list.
Yeah.
I was gonna call it wedding cake because I'm fat. That's a good one, cupcake.
I like
put
wish.
sprinkles all over it.
I like wish list a little better.
Wish list. Yeah, make it look like the wish.com logo. That'd be funny. There's plenty of ideas out there about that at this point, but like, you'll come around.
But yeah, no, Camp Coker went well, or not Camp Coker. Sorry, Big Buck went well. I'm hoping Camp Coker is going to go even better. What is your plans for that? What are you gonna do? You gonna race? You gonna?
I'm not racing. No.
Not racing.
No, there's stuff in the works that I'm more interested in as of right now.
Are you gonna record both races or just one?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just
No.
one or both?
Both.
Both.
Mine? Absolutely not. No.
No.
No. I would like to have the 450 for the thing that we have in play. All I have to say is if you run it and you break it in the Golden Girls class, it will not be coming out of my pocket.
Why is it the Golden Girls class?
Because it's over 50. That's what everyone talks about is
When does,
Golden Girls.
Where does the 50-year-old class start in comparison to me?
I think it's
Do they still start in front of me? I need to figure this out. I need to know because if I could, because if I can, I think it does. Because if I can catch you again, then I'm most definitely gonna catch you. I'm gonna try and catch you.
or die trying.
Oh no, no, I'll make it. Especially Camp Coker. Camp Coker's a fast track. Same thing with Big Buck. Yeah, but I'm definitely not ready for that class.
Well,
Not in my. It is.
Yeah,
Not in my current state.
you could shake hands with James before I walk off and give him the 7 with the
True.
chest mount.
This is true.
Good luck, buddy.
I want to get a little better first.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
That's what he's trying to avoid.
Yeah. Let me get a good running bike first, like a 450, and then we'll do that. Let me get consistently faster in my C class. I was about to say, let me get consistently faster in my class that I just entered, and then we'll think about jumping up to B.
Well, who knows? It took you forever to leave the trail riders class.
It took me 4 races. That's not forever.
Yeah, you should have moved up like 2 races ago.
No, I'm sorry.
That's fine. If you guys joke all you want to, you two tangoed with the losers class the entire time. You should have moved up long time ago.
I was just having fun. Why? Well, in my defense, I didn't think I could.
And you
Why I didn't look at the rules is beyond me.
Which the stupid part is that there's a guy that's in one of the lower classes that has a lowered Raptor. He was running the blue one. It looks like the
Does he really?
yeah, he looked like the Team 2 Gil guy, the
Really?
older gentleman that changed his stuff.
In the PM?
No, AM with us. He's like 2 classes or 3 classes behind you. I think he's in the class that you were talking about.
The 30 plus C or whatever.
He was in he had a lowered blue Raptor with the that front bumper that looks like a shield, but it's not Pro Armor. It's another one. It's got the mesh looking like screen.
He's in either the 25, 32, or 40 plus C.
Yeah, it's a black gentleman, and he was riding a Raptor. It was blue with the same graphics.
It's Tyrese.
Kit, Team 2 Gil. I wish that'd have been hilarious. But no, I watched.
I want to see Tyrese do one of those races. Oh my god, that'd be
He
awesome.
said when we collabed with him, he said that he raced because
Did he really? Oh, that's right. He did.
made a comment about he didn't even use the brake; he just used the clutch.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he was giving us advice before we did ours.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
So,
I want to see him do it again though. Tyrese racing on the meatball. The poor meatball wouldn't make it.
25.
He'd be right. Well, I mean, he could run in mine. He can run in whatever class he wants. He's fast. He'd probably run in the PM race.
Yeah, I felt like he'd be trying to do that.
He'd be fine.
Yeah, he's probably one of the few people that I wouldn't be worried about. Period. Running in the PM class. Well, unless
I need to turn.
Pete,
Oh yeah. C class.
watch him be like us and like start the trail rider class, and then he ends up being in like top 100. Like, dude, why were you in that class? I don't know. It's my first one. Speaking of content creators racing, I'm pretty sure that Jackson Off Road is participating in GNCC.
When?
I don't know what race, but I believe he's up with the Brewers and all that.
He's
So
near-
he'd be in Indiana.
Yeah, I was about to say he isn't, because doesn't he live close to?
Yeah, because he rides the Badlands and collabs at the Badlands.
Well, he's been to
But-
Brewer's house, right?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
In-
IXCR.
Yeah,
Same thing that
it's like
Alex
mid east.
did,
It's
Dad
like
Speed did.
it's just mid east, but up there.
But he said that he was doing GNCC, if I remember the comment correctly. He's
I think he said he wanted to try it.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's doing like
Well, then we need to
up or something like that.
talk to him if we are going to
If
Mountaineer
nothing more, to
and
go out and record.
Mountaineer
or
and
support
what's the buckwheat?
buckwheat. Yeah,
Yeah, Mountaineer and buckwheat. We need to
that'd
get
be
up
cool.
with him.
I mean, because something that I've talked about wanting to do is like going to the race that Ian does, just to help like pit or something.
Yeah, like which race?
Square One Speed.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I'm saying which race.
The long track one.
The
one where he pulls
that's
up and
way
like, help him out as much
that's
as
way
possible.
on the other side of the country.
No, but like one of the things that he was saying.
I ain't going that far. Not yet.
Well, one of the things that he was saying is that when people sponsor, they either give money or give time, kind of thing. So his racing crew is a bunch of people that are supporting him, like by helping him there. So that would be a cool opportunity. But that concept, but for like. I really hope that microphone didn't pick that up.
I hope it did.
But like,
it makes it just that much more funny.
So something, frick, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. But like helping people like Alex who do the IXCR.
I want to race with Alex one time. He looks like a I love his videos.
He's funny as all.
I was about to say his commentary is amazing.
But like it'd be cool to go out there and support them either physically, like recording for them or something, or like to help by like dumping gas or changing out batteries, because that's a complaint that he was talking about.
Yeah, the GoPro battery. He said, I read his comment. He's like, how'd you get your video to last so long? We changed the batteries.
Yeah, that was it. You pulled in, you were like, I'm done, and I was like, reload.
When I wasn't done, I'm like, let me go get a drink and get my legs working again. And then I didn't even know you were doing that, and I walked back and you just like click. I'm like, oh, did you change the battery? Yep, go. I'm like, okay.
Yep, you're all good if you're going, go.
We need to try
we
need to try the Insta 360s. We need to see if they work.
It's like,
well, the Insta cameras in general. We need to get one and just test just to see if they're any better than the GoPros. Not the 360 cam necessarily, like the action cameras like they have.
Any better? I don't know.
I'm talking about like battery life wise.
Oh,
because their camera specs are probably about the same.
I would say so.
Most companies competing in that sector are probably about the same.
Well, the sad part is the people that record for like Austin Albany 703 him. Yeah. They don't run the full video. They do an edited version, because I watched his general race and it was like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
that definitely didn't last. I mean, who knows? It could have just been his first lap, because those people are fast as all get out. But like, I don't know how long they last.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We just need to get one to test, or at least get one we can compare everybody, just so we can let everybody know. Say, hey, this one's better, don't get this one, or this one's better, don't get this one, or this is better about this one, whereas this is not. This is better about this one, whereas this is not. Like
that's gonna die again. So. Oh, it did die.
Dang it.
So is there anything special you want to say before is there anything that you thought of in that break of us trying to put life back into the camera?
No, I guess what we were trying to get at before is that race went well. We're gonna end it here. The race went well. There's some more stuff that we can talk about, but we'll save that for another podcast. We're gonna call it there. Thanks. See you later, guys.
Big Buck 2024 final cut. Good night.